All right, welcome back to the deep dive. You know how this works. We dig into a topic, and today, well, it's all about 1923 Season 2.
Yeah, 1923, I mean, we're talking the next chapter in the whole Dutton family saga. It picks up where 1883 left off.
Right. And, thinking about it, it really is like we're watching history unfold, but like with all the drama of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Season 2 is smack dab in the roaring 20s, pandemics,
Prohibition.
drought.
Talk about a tough time for the Duttons.
Right. So how do they handle it? Do they change with the times or do they dig in their heels? I mean, it's a recipe for some serious conflict.
Absolutely. It really makes you think about, like, how they're going to survive all that.
Okay, so first things first. Premiere date. Mark your calendars, people, because Season 2 of 1923 lands this Sunday.
February 23rd.
Midnight. So yeah, maybe cancel those Monday morning plans because you know you'll be up late binging.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's only on Paramount Plus, so if you're not already on the Paramount Plus bandwagon, you'll need to sign up to watch. Don't even bother checking Paramount Network or CBS.
Nope, streaming only for this one. And here's where things get interesting. Season 2 is going to be a little shorter than the first, only 7 episodes.
Yeah, I know. Some fans are a little worried about that. Like, is that enough time to tell a story? But, I kind of like the idea.
Yeah.
It kind of raises the stakes, It's
Yeah.
like, can they create this, like, super intense, streamlined story in a shorter time? Or is it going to feel rushed?
It's a gamble for sure.
It's like, a tight novel versus, like, this giant epic, Both can be amazing, but they work in different ways. Okay, speaking of timelines, let's lay out the release schedule so everyone can, plan their lives accordingly. Premiere this Sunday, then new episodes drop every week, March 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, 30th, and then the finale, April 6th.
7 weeks of Dutton family drama. And don't forget who's bringing that drama to life. I mean, come on, the legends themselves, Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, are back as Jacob and Cara Dutton, the OG Duttons, leading the family through, well, everything.
Power couple for sure.
Yes.
Just seeing those two on screen together is like, whoa.
They just own every scene they're in, you
Yeah.
know. And we've got some other familiar faces coming back too. Brandon Sklenar, Spencer Dutton dealing with his war trauma,
Yeah.
Darren Mann, Jack Dutton. He's really stepping into his role as a rancher, a husband.
Oh, right. And Michelle Randolph as Elizabeth, dealing with, well, marriage and family and all this chaos.
Oh, and let's not forget the villains, Timothy Dalton, Jerome Flynn. They're back. Donald Whitfield and Banner Creighton.
They're not going to make it easy for the Duttons.
Oh, definitely not. It's going to be tense. But hold on, we've got some new faces joining the cast, too. Jennifer Carpenter.
Robert Patrick.
Now, we don't know much about their roles yet.
Which just makes it even more exciting. Like, who are they? What are their motives?
Are they going to be friends with the Duttons, enemies?
It's a mystery. And that's what keeps us hooked, right?
Totally. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, make sure you like and subscribe to the AIPLP podcast. We've got lots more to talk about. Now, let's talk about these filming locations because, wow, they went all out this season. We know they don't just stick to the Yellowstone, but this time it's on another level.
So they're still using Butte, Montana as, like, their home base. Those epic shots of big sky country. We got to have that. But get this. They filmed in the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania this season.
Wait, the Serengeti, like with the lions and zebras.
And elephants and a bunch of places in South Africa and Malta, too.
Wow. Okay, so, like, picture this. The Duttons in the Serengeti.
Right.
What are they even doing there? Expanding the ranch? On the run?
Who knows? But it's brilliant, right? I mean, it just adds so much visually.
Yeah.
And, like, narratively, it's super interesting, too. Like, you've got the Montana Ranch, right? That's their history, their home.
Yep.
And then you throw in these other places, these faraway places.
Right.
And it's almost like, it represents the challenges they're facing, like things pulling them away from everything they know.
Makes you think about Spencer. He was in Africa at the end of season 1 dealing with all that stuff from the war.
Yeah.
Could this be part of his story? Like, is he running from something? Or maybe he finds, like, a new purpose there.
It's possible. I mean, the Yellowstone shows, they often use, like, these different places to explore, what the characters are going through inside, like Case and Yellowstone. He's always torn between the ranch and the outside world.
Yeah, I see that.
So maybe 1923 is doing something similar, but, like, on a bigger scale.
I know we've got Jennifer Carpenter joining the cast.
Yeah.
She always plays these tough characters.
Yeah.
So could she be connected to Spencer somehow? Like an ally? Or, maybe even a love interest out there in Africa.
Okay, now that's an interesting thought.
Right. So many possibilities. And we know from like the official stuff they've released that the Duttons have a lot on their plate this season. Pandemics, drought, and prohibition ends.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So much change happening all at once.
And you know that Donald Whitfield is going to be right there, like, using all the chaos to his advantage.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So are the Duttons going to have to, like, compromise their values to survive? Do they fight dirty, or do they try to stay true to themselves even if it means losing everything?
Man, the moral dilemmas they're going to face.
Right. And then there's the drought. You know how important the land and the cattle are to the Duttons. But what happens when nature itself turns against them?
Like, are we going to see those beautiful, sweeping shots of Yellowstone, but, like, everything's dried up and dead?
Yeah.
It's going to be intense. And the pandemic, we can't forget about that.
Right.
We all just lived through one. I mean, think about how that would have affected a place like the Yellowstone.
It's like the show is reminding us that history repeats itself, that the stuff we deal with today, well, people have been dealing with that forever.
Yeah, exactly. And even the toughest people can get knocked down by stuff they
Yeah.
can't control.
And that's what's so great about 1923, It's a historical show, but it's also about, like, universal things. Family, resilience.
Oh, yeah.
Overcoming challenges. And the way they make it, the production, it's incredible.
The cinematography, the costumes.
It's like you're actually there
Yeah.
back in the 1920s. Honestly, I'm a little jealous of the cast and crew.
Getting to film in those places, yeah, who wouldn't be?
Before we get sidetracked, don't forget to like and subscribe to the AIP Oppie podcast. Okay, so you mentioned some fans are worried about the shorter season. 7 episodes. Is that really enough to tell this whole story?
It's a valid question, and I'll admit I wondered about that too. But sometimes, limitations can actually make things better.
Really?
Yeah, like if the writers have to be more concise, more focused, maybe the story will actually be stronger,
Huh, I like that. It's like, when a sculptor chisels away at a piece of marble, they're removing stuff to reveal the form underneath. Maybe that's what they're doing with 1923 this season.
Exactly. Like, instead of a bunch of different storylines, they can really go deep with the characters.
So maybe we won't feel like we're missing anything. Maybe it'll actually be more powerful.
Right. And remember, Taylor Sheridan, the guy who created Yellowstone, he knows how to tell a story. He knows how to keep people on the edge of their seats.
Okay, I'm feeling better about it now. It's going to be an intense ride, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. It'll be packed with twists and turns.
And those moments that just stay with you.
The best kind of storytelling, right? And that's the fun part. We get to guess what's going to happen. We get to theorize.
Oh yeah, the theories are already flying around online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to happen this season? What are you hoping for? What are you worried about?
We want to hear from you. Head over to our social media and tell us what you think. All right, so before we let you go and start counting down the hours till Sunday, let's do a quick recap of all the need-to-know info for 1923 Season 2.
Premiere date, first and foremost, Sunday,
This Sunday.
February 23rd, midnight. Don't forget, you'll need that Paramount Plus subscription. This one's not on regular cable.
And get ready for a tight season, just 7 episodes. But, I think those 7 episodes are going to be jam-packed.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Harrison Ford, Helen Mirren, we've got Brandon Sklanor, Darren Mann, Michelle Randolph all coming back.
And then the newcomers, Jennifer Carpenter, Robert Patrick. I'm really curious to see what they bring to the show.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And don't forget about the locations. They're going all over the place this season.
From Montana to Africa.
Malta.
It's going to be visually stunning. But, all those beautiful locations can't hide the fact that the Duttons are going to be facing some serious challenges. Pandemics, drought, the end of prohibition.
It's going to test them like never before.
So as you're watching this season, think about the parallels to our own world. How do we deal with hardship? How do we hold on to what we believe in when everything around us is changing?
It's pretty amazing that a show set almost 100 years ago can still feel so relevant today. 1923 is more than just a show. It's about, the human spirit, our ability to bounce back.
And that's why we love doing these deep dives. It's not just about, knowing the facts. It's about thinking about the bigger picture.
The stuff that really matters.
Exactly. So, get ready for a wild ride with the Duttons. Season 2 of 1923 is almost here.
Can't wait.
Make sure you share your thoughts and theories with us on social media. We want to hear from you. We'll be back next week to break down the premiere and, dive even deeper into the world of 1923. Until then, happy watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the AIPOP podcast for more deep dives on, everything you love. We'll see you next time.